Hi friends, my name is Harsh. Today we'll see a topic known as relative strength. The topics that we'll be covering today is what is relative strength, how is it calculated, what do we get out of it, how to use relative strength, how does the relative strength chart behaves, where should it be applied, and we'll then see some examples. What is relative strength? It is basically an indicator which is also known as RS. It is an effective tool to analyze the performance and know what is moving in the market. Now, what does RS do? It basically compares prices of two securities or indices. Relative strength for an industry group or sector is measured against the broader index to measure its upside potential. For example, a Nifty Pharma chart is compared to a Nifty 50 chart to know how the pharma sector is performing as compared to a Nifty, which is a broader index. What it gives you is a ratio which is then plotted as a line on a chart and which is also known as ratio chart. Basically, it helps to find stocks or sectors that are holding out better during a market decline, or stocks or sectors which are showing weakness during a market advance. Next we will see is how the ratio chart is calculated. It is nothing but a base security divided by a comparative security. For example, Nifty Pharma compared to a Nifty 50 or Sun Pharma compared to a Nifty Pharma chart. The ratio line goes up when the numerator is outperforming the denominator, and the ratio line goes down when the numerator is underperforming the denominator. So in the example that we took, if the Nifty Pharma chart is outperforming the Nifty chart, the ratio line will go up. And if the Nifty Pharma chart is underperforming the Nifty chart, the ratio line will go down. Next we see is what do we get out of a ratio chart? Ratio chart gives you a sector or stocks that are underperforming the market or outperforming the market. As mentioned in the sector rotation model, that different stock or sectors perform during different market stages. Ratio chart will give you such sectors or stocks which will help you identify which stocks are leaders of the market and which stocks are laggards of the market. How do you use a ratio chart? Ratio chart is very similar to a line chart, and hence any technical tools like moving averages or trend lines can be used on ratio charts. One have to apply a basic trend analysis or moving averages to determine the direction of a ratio chart. A ratio chart will trend up when there is a formation of higher highs and higher lows, and the same will trend down when there is a formation of lower highs and lower lows. A bullish divergence in ratio chart can be seen when there is a relative strength during a price decline, and a bearish divergence can be seen when there is a relative weakness during a price advance. Let us see how a ratio chart behaves in different scenarios. For example, a ratio chart will go up or trend up when there is outperformance, and the ratio chart will trend down when there is an underperformance. We will take different scenarios. We will consider an example where denominator is a Nifty and numerator is a Nifty Pharma. Now, in case of outperformance, we take the first scenario, that is Nifty is down but Nifty Pharma is up. The ratio chart will trend up. The second scenario is Nifty is also down, Nifty Pharma is also down, but the rate of change of Nifty Pharma is less than the rate of change in Nifty, which will lead the ratio chart to trend up. In the third scenario, Nifty is down, but Nifty Pharma is flat, which will lead the ratio higher. In the fourth scenario, Nifty is up, but rate of change of Nifty Pharma is more than the rate of change of Nifty, and hence the ratio chart will trend up. In the last scenario, Nifty remains flat, but Nifty Pharma goes up, and hence the ratio chart goes up. Now let us see scenarios where there is an underperformance. That is, the first scenario that we take is Nifty is up, and Nifty Pharma is also up, but the rate of change of Nifty Pharma is less than the rate of change in Nifty, and hence the ratio chart will go down. In the second scenario, Nifty is up, but Nifty Pharma is down, hence the ratio will trend down. In the third scenario, Nifty is up, but Nifty Pharma is flat, hence there is an underperformance, and hence the ratio chart will trend down. In the fourth scenario, Nifty is flat, but Nifty Pharma is trending down, which will lead the ratio chart to trend down. And in the last scenario, where Nifty is also down, but the fall in Nifty Pharma is more than the fall in Nifty, hence the ratio will trend down. Next we see is where can we apply the ratio charts. A ratio chart can be made by comparing a sectoral index to a Nifty, which is a broader market index. One can compare stocks to Nifty or Nifty 500. If a stock belongs to a small cap or a mid cap category, one can compare the stock to the category that it belongs to. One can also compare stocks to their sectoral indices. Once the leading sectors have been determined by the chartist, they can then look for the leading stocks in that particular sector. Sectors that show relative weakness should be avoided. As with all the indicators, it is important to use the ratio chart in conjunction with other technical analysis tools. Now we will look at some examples where we will compare the sectoral indices to a broader market index, which is Nifty 50. For a longer term view, we will take weekly charts. The first sectoral index that we will start with is Nifty Auto. The constituents are mentioned on your screen. The top constituents are Maruti, Mahindra, Bajaj, Hero and Eicher. The next we see is the Nifty Auto chart as compared to the ratio chart, which is Nifty Auto divided by the Nifty 50 chart. Nifty Auto has had a massive rally from 2011 till 2018, or sorry, the end of 2017. As you can see, the ratio chart which got peaked in December 2016, but the Nifty Auto chart went on to make a new high in December 2017, while the ratio chart did not make a new high. This was an early indication of the massive fall that followed after December 2017. Next we see is the Nifty Bank Index. As you can see, majority of the Nifty Bank Index comprises of private sector banks, and only two PSU banks are included in this index, which is State Bank of India and Bank of Baroda. Let us see the chart. Now this is the Nifty Bank chart, and below is the chart of the ratio chart, which is Nifty Bank divided by Nifty. As you can see, after the 2008 financial crisis, the Bank Nifty did not perform much, where a major breakout came only in November 2014. As you can see, after the 2008 financial crisis, Bank Nifty as an index went nowhere, and the breakout which came was only in 2014. After 2014, the bank index performed very well, and the ratio chart also performed well after the 2014 breakout. Now, coming to this date, you can see that Bank Nifty made a new high here after crossing the previous high. However, the ratio chart did not make a new high, and it just retested the previous high, which signifies a negative divergence on a ratio chart. You can see what happened after that. Next we see is a Nifty consumption index, where majority of the weights are from consumer goods, automobile and telecom industry. As you can see, the major weights are HUL, ITC, Airtel, Asian Paints, Nestle and Maruti Suzuki. Now we will see the chart. As you can see in the chart that the consumption index broke out in 2017, went on to make a new high. Similarly, the ratio chart also made a new high. The ratio chart peaked in 2018. However, the Nifty consumption chart went on to make a new high, crossing the previous high, but the ratio chart did not make a new high, signifying a bearish divergence. What you can see afterwards is Nifty consumption going nowhere. In the meantime, the ratio charts falling significantly. What does it indicate? It indicates that Nifty 50 in the similar time where Nifty consumption had no return, Nifty 50 went up significantly. That is why the ratio chart came down significantly. Cut to now, what happened is Nifty fell significantly while the Nifty consumption is still in the same range. What happened is the ratio chart bounced up significantly. Here was the breakout of the ratio chart where Nifty fell, but the Nifty consumption bounced back from the lows it made, and hence the ratio chart shoot up very significantly. Next we see is Nifty CPSE index. CPSE stands for Central Public Sector Enterprises, where the majority weights are from ONGC, Coal India, Power Grid, NTPC, BEL, etc. Let us see the chart. As you can see, the CPSE chart has gone nowhere since 2014, which has been trading in a range. However, the Nifty CPSE to Nifty, which is the ratio chart, has been constantly making lower highs and lower lows, signifying a constant downtrend and a significant underperformance as compared to Nifty. Next we see is Nifty Energy. Nifty Energy, the majority weight is from Reliance Industries, which is 35%, followed by NTPC, Power Grid, BPCL, ONGC. Let us see the chart. As you can see in the chart that Nifty Energy broke out somewhere in 2017, made on new highs. However, the ratio chart did not make new highs. It constantly kept trading in a range. The ratio chart kept trading in a range. The move of this index was due to Reliance Industries. Now, as you can see, the ratio chart has bounced back significantly from the previous lows, and the index has also bounced back. This is the crucial level for the index, and this is the crucial level for the ratio chart. Next we see is Nifty Financial Services, where majority of the weights is by HDFC Twins, followed by ICICI Bank, Kotak Bank and Axis Bank. Let us see the chart. The chart is quite similar to Nifty Bank chart, where you can see a long-term trend line has been broken on a financial services chart as well as broken on a ratio chart. Currently, Nifty Financial Services remain in a wait and watch scenario where there is no bounce in a ratio chart as well as there is no bounce in the Nifty Financial Services chart also. Next we see is the Nifty FMCG index, where majority of the weight is from HUL, ITC, Nestle, Britannia, Dabur. Let us look at the chart. Here you can see that since 2001, Nifty FMCG index has performed very well. However, the ratio chart got peaked in 2013 and Nifty FMCG went nowhere from 2013 till 2017, where it again broke out in 2017. Similarly, at the same time, the ratio chart also broke but never tested the previous highs. It means Nifty was performing better than Nifty FMCG. After 2017 breakout and the high made in 2018, the Nifty FMCG is again went in a zone and is now flattish since last 2 years. However, the ratio chart suddenly made a spike because Nifty fell significantly from its previous high, but the Nifty FMCG has not fallen much, and hence the ratio has spiked as it has outperformed the Nifty. Next we see is the chart of Nifty Infra, where oil and gas, telecom, construction, cement, power forms the major chunk of the weights, which includes companies like Reliance, L&T, Airtel, NTPC, Power Grid, Ultratech, etc. Let us see the chart. So the ratio chart has been constantly falling as seen in the graph, but the Nifty Infra chart, as you can see on the above graph, has comparatively traded in a range which is between 1960 to 3760. Currently it has come down to came down to the level of 2400, and from there it has bounced to 2650. However, the ratio chart is still range bound, and it, it has been a constant underperformer for a very long period of time. Next we see is the Nifty IT, where the weights comes from TCS, Infosys, Wipro, HCL Tech, Tech Mahindra. Let us look at the chart. As you can see in the Nifty IT chart, it becomes a range bound trade, then it goes and gives a breakout. Again, after giving a breakout and after a significant move, it again goes into a range, then again gives a breakout. Now it is again trading in a range. Let us see the ratio chart of Nifty IT to Nifty 50, where there was a new breakout in 2013. The ratio chart also gave a breakout. After that, the Nifty IT went into a consolidation zone where Nifty outperformed Nifty IT, and hence the ratio chart fell. Now again, the ratio chart has bounced significantly, and now it is trading in a new range of 1.26 to 1.5. Now, for Nifty IT to move higher, this ratio chart has to break out from these levels and then break from this odd level. Next we see is the Nifty Media chart, where majority of the weights come from top 4-5 companies, which is Zee, PVR, Sun TV, Inox Leisure, and TV18. Let us go to the chart of Nifty Media, where you can see there was a breakout in the year of 2014. However, the ratio chart did not break out. The ratio chart gave a breakout in the year 2015. In a similar fashion, Nifty Media made another breakout in the year 2015, went up to the new highs. Also, the ratio chart made a new high. However, the next two highs in the Nifty Media chart, which is this and this, the ratio chart did not make the same highs and made a similar high or a high which was lower than the previous high, which showed a triple negative divergence between Nifty Media and the Nifty Media ratio chart. What followed afterwards was a significant downtrend in the Nifty Media as well as the ratio chart. Next we see is the Nifty Metal Index, where the highest weight comes from Coal India, followed by Tata Steel, JSW Steel, Hindalco and Vedanta. Let us look at the Nifty Metal chart. Again, the Nifty Metal chart is currently trading at the lows of 2016 and 2013. However, the ratio charts has broken the lows of 2016 and 2013. signifying a continuous underperformance as compared to Nifty. Next we see is the Nifty Pharma chart. In Nifty Pharma, majority of the weights are contributed by Sun Pharma, Dr. Reddy's DVs, Cipla and Lupin. Let us look at the Nifty Pharma chart. Now, Nifty Pharma chart has been in a constant downtrend since the year 2016, where you can see the Nifty Pharma chart making lower highs and lower lows on a continuous basis. And similarly, it is shown in the ratio chart where a previous low was broken in the year 2016, mid 2016, and the ratio chart just fell down, signifying the underperformance as compared to Nifty. However, the current bounce from 6,700 levels, the Nifty ratio chart has bounced back significantly higher, crossing previous lows, previous highs, signifying a greater outperformance in terms of current scenario. Let us see if the current trend sustains above this level. Once it sustains over this level, Nifty Pharma can make newer highs. Next we see is the Nifty Public Sector Enterprise. This index comprises of NTPC, Power Grid, Coal India, BPCL, ONGC, IOC, etc. The Nifty Public Sector Enterprise has been also into a constant downtrend in terms of ratio chart. However, it is currently at the lows, similar lows of 2013 in terms of price chart. Next we see is the Nifty PSU Bank, where majority of the weights is contributed from State Bank, Bank of Baroda, Punjab National Bank and Canara Bank. Let us look at the Nifty PSU Bank chart. Again, the ratio chart has been in a constant downtrend where it is making lower highs and lower lows. However, Nifty PSU Bank price chart has just broken down the 2016 and 2013 levels. This shows that Nifty PSU Bank is a constant underperformer as compared to a Nifty. Next we see is the Nifty Realty chart, where majority of the weight is contributed by DLF, Godrej Property, Oberoi and Phoenix Mills. Let us look at the chart. The chart has been in a flat range since a very long period of time, that is since 2011. However, the ratio chart was also flat but in a constant downtrend. However, in the current scenario, the ratio chart is again trading near the bottom of 2016 and 2018. Let us see if the ratio chart again bounces back from here, and the price of Nifty Realty also bounce back from here. The major level for Nifty Realty index is to break out from these zones on the price chart, to break out from these zones in the Nifty ratio chart. The last sector we see is the Nifty service sector, where 64% of the weights is contributed by financial services and 25% weight is contributed by the IT services. As you can see, the financial services has come down significantly in the current fall, representing this fall, and so has the ratio chart come down significantly as the service sector. 65% is represented by the financial sector, and hence this chart and ratio is quite similar to the chart of Nifty Financial Services. Thank you very much guys for listening to me patiently. If you have any queries, write to me at harsh@analyseindia.com. Thank you. Bye.